Hey, what's up everyone? Gibby here. I think I figured out Outschool and what their biggest problem with application and classes. I'm going to tell you that next. If you've seen my other videos, you know that I absolutely love Outschool. It's been an excellent secondary income for me and my family. I've made a lot of money on it, over $100 per hour at certain points, as well as over $2,000 over a 2-week period. It's been very helpful to my family, and I love the overall platform. However, there is one huge mistake, and I'm going to talk about that today. If you have tried to put in an application or you've put in a class request and it hasn't gone through, you may be wondering, what did I do wrong? What is wrong with this class? What's wrong with my application? And the honest answer might be nothing. It's all in the person viewing your application or viewing your class. And I know that's true. In fact, I want to give you an example. I have this class called Love Animals, where every single week we go over a brand new animal. It can be whatever the kids want it to be a certain species of dog. It can be manatees, dolphins, giraffes, whatever they want. We go over that. And then if there's a demand for it, I then make it its own individual class under the title name Animal Time. But each one of these classes is its own category or its own class. So you have Animal Time, the Busy Beaver, Animal Time, the Brilliant Bunny, etc., etc. And I would notice sometimes I would copy the exact same words, everything from one class to the next, but sometimes it wouldn't get approved. What I mean by that is I would have my Brilliant Bunny class and I'd put in the exact same words of this already approved class into my new class, the Mighty Manatee, and all I would do is change the word bunny to manatee and then submit. And then it would get rejected, and I would get all these different reasons why it was rejected. And in my head, I was thinking, but I have literally this exact same class, only one word different, and it's been approved. So I did a little bit of research into this. They have different people who approve and not approve all the classes and applications. And this isn't anything new. This isn't unique to Outschool. And in fact, I'd be very concerned if Outschool only had one person, because then they would never get to approving classes. They would never get to accepting applications. And so it makes sense. The problem is they aren't exactly perfectly aligned. And the reason this can be a problem is because, especially in an application, you may have a class description, your experience, and a video and think it's great. It gets rejected, and then you try to readjust things and it goes to a different person and they also reject it, when maybe that second person would have accepted your first application. Because there isn't this exact same standard, or at least this exact same standard being followed from teacher to teacher or from supervisor to supervisor in approving applications or classes, you're going to change things and may actually affect your chances of being accepted. So what can you do to increase your chances? The first thing I would do is stay consistent. Don't completely change everything. If you think it's really good, then keep it. Maybe change a few words. If you think your video was fantastic, maybe resubmit your application without changing your video. In fact, if you think your video and description and everything was perfect, just try resubmitting, see if that works. You will likely get a different person reviewing your application and you might be able to get through. In fact, I did this. I didn't personally do this. I helped somebody do this just last week. They resubmitted their exact same application and they got accepted the second time. Now, I'm not saying don't make changes, of course. Of course, you need to go through, see if you can reword things a little bit better. Maybe you can change up your theme slightly and, improve your lighting on your video or whatever it is. You can make those improvements. But I don't want you to just abandon, throw away into the trash everything you did before and try to redo things, because you need to remember that the second time you apply, you're going to have somebody else look at it and they might like your original content. Now, I do want to give a small warning. Right now may not be the greatest time to apply for Outschool. And the reason is this. You have a very high supply of potential teachers. So the supply is very high. The reason for that is, well, pretty obvious. You have a lot of teachers who are finding out they're going virtual this year. As a virtual teacher myself, I can tell you I don't spend 7 hours every day doing school things because I don't have recess duty. I can make a shorter lunch break. I don't have to do PLCs, meetings with other teachers, anything like that. So I have this extra time, and so I can teach Outschool in that time. You have tens of thousands of teachers who potentially have this opening to now teach. You also have people who are out of work. You have people who are still looking for jobs. You have people who are finding out about Outschool, watching videos like the ones I make, sorry, about how you can make a ton of money, and they're deciding to join. And so you have this huge influx of applications right now. And at the same time, you have a bunch of students who are actually starting to go back to school, or at least they're starting some kind of school curriculum that will be online. And so they're not going to be taking Outschool classes, or at least Outschool as a platform isn't sure if they're going to or not. Outschool is still a relatively new company. They are still growing. They're still trying to figure things out. So they don't want to oversaturate their market with too many teachers when there's not enough students. In other words, the demand's low, but the supply is high. Nobody's going to be happy. Everybody's going to leave. That's not going to be good for Outschool because they're going to get terrible reviews. They're going to lose credibility as a company. So when you have that happen, they're obviously not going to take a bunch of applicants. They are going to be very cautious with who they do and don't take. Whereas if you wait a month or two and they see that students still are taking classes and they see that a lot of teachers are leaving to go back onto campus or whatever it is, then they're going to be a little bit more open to accepting applications from people who maybe don't have all the qualifications that you may think you would otherwise need. So again, I'm not telling you not to apply for Outschool right now. I'm just saying it might be more difficult now than it would be otherwise. And I am also just sharing with you my personal opinion and my own experience, in fact, of knowing that they have different people look at different applications, whether it be for a class or for getting hired onto Outschool. So just realize that if you fail the first time, that does not mean you are a failure. It doesn't mean your content was bad. It doesn't mean your video was bad. It just means that you got the wrong opinion from the wrong person. And again, make those changes that you need to make, but don't feel like everything needs to go into the trash. If you found this video to be helpful, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me to be able to roll out content, be able to help out teachers like you or future teachers, hopefully like you. And I'm going to continue to roll out content for this. Again, I've been extremely successful in Outschool. I've been on it for about 4 months, make about $2,000 every single month without working more than 10 to 15 hours a week. So I want to share those tips with you. My purpose isn't to make money off of this. It isn't to sell you any programs. It's honestly just to help you as an Outschool teacher. So again, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys again soon.